Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Wild Health Field for some Lexington Wild Health Genomes baseball here in Lexington. And we got a big game for you tonight as if I can start talking right, here we go. The Genomes and the High Point Rockers squaring off on this Thursday evening. And a big game for multiple reasons. First of all, if the Genomes win today, they will have swept the High Point Rockers, who coming into this series actually had a one-game lead on the Genomes. After the win on Tuesday, the two teams were tied. Now the Genomes come into tonight's game with a one-game lead themselves, trying to put some separation between them and the Rockers. The lineups tonight look like this for the visiting team first. It'll be Michael Russell leading things off, followed up by Ben Aklinski, and the first baseman, Jerry Downs. Batting fourth is the right fielder, Xander Wheel. Batting fifth is the left fielder, Morrison. The DH, Lattimore, will bat sixth. The batting seventh is Leidendorf. Batting eighth, Giovanni Alfonso, the shortstop. And rounding out the nine for the High Point Rockers this evening is the catcher, Michael Gulino. Stem on the mound tonight for High Point. For your Wild Health Genomes here at Wild Health Field, it looks like this with Luke Becker playing second base, and he'll lead off things for the home team. Chris Shaw will bat second and play left field. Chris Davis, the former home run king in the major leagues in 2018, will bat third and be the DH. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Jimmy Paredes. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Felix P.A. Batting sixth, your first baseman, Duenes. The center fielder, Anderson Miller, will bat seventh. Batting eighth is Rye, the catcher, and the shortstop, Johns, will play short and bat ninth. Povsey on the mound for the home team. It's now time for the national anthem here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Max Povsey will get the start for the Wild Health Genomes in the black uniforms today, with the baby blue and the hot pink coming together with the combo uniforms and the white pants for the home team, the Genomes, who are in action this evening. Povsey, a 6.41 ERA, trying to come out here and get a good start for his team, who has done pretty much everything you could ask for if you're a manager. 10 runs in the win on Tuesday, 8 more of them yesterday, and the Povsey pitching will get the start tonight. Povsey just trying to get out there, let his offense do their thing, and not allow the High Point Rockers opposing Max Povsey. Will be Russell, Aklinski, Downs, Wheel, Morrison, Lattimore, Leidendorf, Alfonso, and Gulino. And behind Povsey in the field, it'll be Austin Rye behind home plate. From third to first, tonight a little shakeup. Paredes at third. At short is Gavin Johns. At second base, Luke Becker. And at first base, it's Duenas. And from left to right, Chris Shaw, Anderson Miller, and in right field, we've got Felix P.A. Moises Sierra still on the injured list for the Genomes, I believe. He won't be back for a couple of more weeks. That's a big piece in the middle of the lineup, but to this point in this series, not a big loss at the moment. Everybody else picking up the slack of no Moises Sierra as we get set for first pitch at 6:39 here in Lexington. First pitch of the game, a called strike to Russell. The 0-1. This one put in play by Michael, and he will fly out to PA in right field. And 2 pitches in, 1 down for the Rockers. Brings up the former Lexington legend, Ben Aklinski. Aklinski struggled in the loss on Tuesday. Ben went 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts as he awaits the first pitch from Povsey outside, just missing for ball 1. Yesterday, Aklinski 1 for 3, but he did score 3 times and he walked twice in the 8-7 loss for the Rockers. They did score 1 run in the 8th inning to trim that deficit 2-1, but ended up losing for the second consecutive game to the Wild Health Genomes. That pitch will catch the inside corner, and we go from 1-0 to 1-2 in favor of Povsey. Max with the wind-up and the pitch. And this one hit hard into right field. PA backing up, and PA busy here in the first inning, makes that catch for out number 2. It'll bring up the lefty, Jerry Downs. Jerry, good, strong, powerful first baseman who's batting .292. 13 home runs, 46 RBI for Jerry Downs this season. The High Point first baseman will take a pitch outside, ball 1 to start the AB. Here live on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Michael Watkins here with you on the call this evening, folks. Glad to have you along. The 1-0 pitch to Downs. Taken outside, make it 2-0. Max Povsey gets the sign from Rye. This one will catch the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Downs an .868 OPS this year. A good guy to have in the middle of your lineup if you are the High Point Rockers. Batting in front of or behind Wheel, who's in the on-deck circle now. That pitch comes in, and the count now 3 balls and a strike to Jerry Downs. Yeah, the shift is on, pointed out by Keith and Hugh over here to my left. Jimmy Paredes, the third baseman, is standing where the shortstop normally would stand. This one fouled down the first baseline. Got Luke Becker basically, 10 feet away from the first baseman. Gavin Johns is on the right side of second base. He's the shortstop. And Chris Shaw basically behind the first base bag. So a big hole over at third for Downs, who awaits the payoff pitch. He can't make contact. Goes down swinging. 3 up, 3 down to start the ball game for Povsey. And the Genomes still picking up the pace here as they head to the bottom of the first. Due up, it's Becker, Shaw, and Davis for the Genomes here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Back here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel, Michael Watkins here with you on the call as Luke Becker leads things off for the home team. Luke with a 286 average and 13 home runs on the season. Facing off against Stem. Craig, a 3.36 ERA for the Rockers this year. And he'll get a strike call in there to Luke Becker. Becker 1 for 4 in the win on Tuesday. Yesterday in the win, Luke 0 for 5 with a strikeout. He'll pop one up here toward left field. It's in the shallow left center. And playable by the left fielder as he comes in. Morrison makes the catch for out number 1. That one looked like it was going to be toward left center field, but Morrison corrected himself and makes the catch in left field for out number 1. It brings up Shaw, the first baseman, or make it the left fielder. Shaw was at first on Tuesday night. Chris yesterday, 2 for 4, a pair of runs scored, drove in 1, walked. Pretty good day at the office for Shaw, who's batting .269 now on the season. And he'll rip one into right field, but foul for an 0-1 count. That one sounded like it was going to be a bomb off the bat of Chris Shaw. But he gets foul. Count. This time, heading into right field again, but over to the second baseman, fielded and thrown over in time to Downs for the out. So a grounder by Shaw will put 2 down in the first. Brings up Davis, who was a beast yesterday as well as on Tuesday night. Davis 2 for 4 yesterday with a pair of runs scored and had 2 gigantic home runs on Tuesday night, a 2-run shot and a 3-run home run in that game. Bats with 6 home runs, a .411 average on the season. Takes one outside here, and if you're a baseball fan, you dig the long ball, as they say the chicks do. You'd love to see just a home run derby between, give us Chris Davis and Courtney Hawkins here at Wild Health Field, and just watch these guys do their thing. Hawkins, the current home run leader in the ALPB. Davis, had he played all year, might be right there with him. Two balls, one strike. Stammel's pitch grounded over to third. Trying to backhand it is the third baseman, and a base hit for Chris Davis, who will round first and head for second, and the two-out double for Davis. A good effort by Michael Russell at third base. Tried to backhand on the hopper by Davis, but it was right past him. Check out this replay here by Maddie, who shows off her skills. That ball hit right past Russell into left field, and there's now a base runner aboard for Jimmy Paredes. Davis, the first base hit of the game. How about the Gastonia Honey Hunters? After losing on Tuesday to the Lexington Legends, they no-hit the Legends, a combined no-hitter. I think it was 4 different pitchers that combined to no-hit one of the top offensive teams in the ALPB. Paredes swings through for strike one. Davis in scoring position for the Genomes as Paredes awaits the 0-1. This pitch grounded over to second base. Ladendorf will field and throw over in time for the third out of the inning. Genomes strand a base runner, and we're scoreless through 1 here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Max Povsey back out there for the Genomes as the first pitch taken by Wheel for a called strike. One ball, one strike to count to the top home run hitter for the Rockers. 23 of them on the year for Wheel. He had a 2-home run night on Tuesday as well. This one's hit hard. A little chopper over to third. Jimmy Paredes, what an athlete he is. He'll come in, come up throwing, and get the out at first for the speedy Xander Wheel. And there's now one down in the inning. Brings up Logan Morrison, the left fielder. I think Morrison came in with a pitch hit home run on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. He came in and pinch hit late in the game. We'll look at his stats from Tuesday night. No, he walked, in his first innings at bat on Tuesday. This one's hit hard, backing up, and Anderson Miller there to make the catch. Yeah, Morrison came in for a pinch hit opportunity late in the game on Tuesday and walked in the loss. And his first at-bat here, a fly out to center field. Now it's the DH, Quincy Lattimore. Lattimore hit a home run on Tuesday. His 13th in the second inning off of Ryan Kellogg. And a first pitch missing here outside, ball one. Here's one that comes inside. 2-0 the count. Two balls and no strikes. Another one missing outside. Now 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch. On the inside corner of strike one. Make it 3-2. And the payoff pitch swung on and missed. Strike three. Pavzi, another strikeout. And he's pitching well through two. No base hits allowed. And nobody has reached base. 6 up, 6 down for Pavzi as we make our way into the bottom half of the second inning, broadcasting live on the Legends YouTube channel. Felix P.A. now bats for the Wild Health Genomes. 0-1 the count to PA. Felix, the right fielder. Another one hit hard into right center field, and that one will drop for a base hit. Genomes have another base runner. Leadoff man aboard with now one on and nobody out for Duenes. Samir batting .264 on the year. 5 home runs. Good utility guy for the Genomes. Pitch outside, ball 1. Samir with a .264 average and 5 home runs, 22 RBI on the year. A guy that can come in, spell the first baseman, be the DH at times as well. Takes one on the outside corner here for a ball and a strike. This one's hit hard down the left field line and going to get foul. And the 1-1 pitch coming inside, 2 balls and a strike. So it's 2-2 to Duenes. And a swing through. Samir will foul it off to stay alive, keeping the count 2-2. The 2-2 popped up in the air, and that one might be playable. Third baseman Russell backing out and will make the catch for the first out of the inning. Now it's Anderson Miller coming to the plate. Over at first, still hanging out Felix PA. Miller, a good speedy center fielder. And he'll swing through for strike 1. Another pitch that misses. Now 1 ball, or that one missing, 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Another foul ball from Miller as the count goes to 2-2. Miller from Lafayette High School right here in Lexington. A good storyline for the Genomes, having some of these local guys on the team. You got PA getting the lead off of first. As this one's chopped over to short, could be a double play ball. To second for one. Miller just too fast up the line at first. He'll reach base safely, but ground into the force out, and there's now 2 down in the second inning. Austin Rye now coming to the plate for the Genomes. That pitch comes inside on the corner. Strike one to Rye. 2 down here in the second inning. A runner over at first is Anderson Miller. Stem the 0-1 and make it 0-2 as Rye misses on the swing. 0-2 to the Genomes catcher. Austin Rye hit his 4th home run in the game on Tuesday. A 2.03 average and 27 ribbies for Rye. Stem the 0-2. And that one missing up in the zone. Now a ball and 2 strikes. This one, and it'll get foul. Rye staying alive with that foul ball down the third baseline. 1-2 the count with the runner over at first. Anderson Miller, good speed. If he can find one to take off on, maybe some hit and run action here with a 1-2 count to Rye. Stem checks on the runner, and Rye can't make contact on a swing and a miss. Genomes have put one on in each inning, but they've stranded each time, and we're scoreless through 2. Max Povsey coming back to face Leidendorf, Alfonso, and Gulino when we come back on the Legends YouTube channel. Leidendorf will now bat for the Rockers. 7, 8, 9 part of the order due up here for High Point, as Max Povsey has pitched well through 2 innings. And the first pitch of the third is a called strike 1. Max reaching 87 on the gun on the fastball to get things started. Leidendorf, 10 home runs, but just batting .236 on the season. The 0-2. Outside missing, 1-2 the count. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Missing outside, 2-2. See if Povsey can get Leidendorf here, leading things off in the third. The 2-2 pitch. Outside and the full count now. Povsey with the payoff pitch. And Leidendorf fouls it off to stay alive. A good battle brewing here between the pitcher, Max Povsey, and Tyler Leidendorf. Leidendorf on Tuesday night at the plate, 0 for 4. And in yesterday's loss, he did not have an at-bat. Payoff pitch again. This one, a little blooper over to second base. And it'll be an error on the second baseman, Becker. We'll see what Hugh Davis says. See if we can get a replay from Matty. So close. That one had a little backspin, but check out the replay here. Becker came in charging. Waiting on the official word, but that does allow a base runner for the Rockers. So we're saying error for now, may change after we get a better look at it, Hugh Davis says. So E4 allowing a base runner for the Rockers, and now it's Giovanni Alfonso at the plate. He'll take an 0-1 count. One ball, one strike to Alfonso. Giovanni went 0 for 4 yesterday. The shortstop, such a good athlete, a lot of talent for Alfonso, who's 0 for 8 in the series thus far. 0 for 4 in each of the first 2 games on Tuesday and yesterday. He'll pop one up here into right field, and Felix P.A. will come in, make the grab. 2 down in the third. Or 1 down in the third, excuse me. Leidendorf reached on the air. Alfonso will fly out to right field. Now it's the catcher, Michael Gulino. Gulino, a .248 hitter on the season. Just had 1 home run, batting in the bottom of the lineup for the High Point Rockers, who right now sit 1 game back of the Genomes, their opponent tonight, in the wild card standings. The winner of the wild card will be in the postseason come October. We've got the playoff sheets here for you. I'll look at those here later on in the broadcast. It's a 1-0 count to Gulino as Pavzi checks on the base runner and throws over, but not going to be in time. Runner taken off. Rye will throw down and safe at second base. A couple of different tries by Becker at second, but unable to apply the tag. And safe at second base is Leidendorf. Good throw down by Rye, kind of leading towards second base, and Becker, who thought he had him the first time, could have had him had he followed through. Instead, a runner in scoring position for High Point. Pavzi checks on the runner. Now comes home with a pitch outside, and now it's 3-0. And Max Pavzi, who's pitched so well through those first 2 innings, 6 up, 6 down, in danger of putting 2 runners on here in the third with just 1 out. Rye will give the sign. Pavzi with a 3-0. He will miss low. Ball 4 to Gulino. And it's never good to walk the number 9 hitter and put him on. 2 now aboard for the Rockers. It's now Michael Russell coming to the plate, the third baseman who flew out to right field in his first plate appearance. Pavzi will check on the lead runner. Both runners with really good leads. And time is called. Leidendorf and Gulino both about 4 or 5 steps off the bag. See if we get a good look at Pavzi's pickoff move here. He'll come home with the first pitch outside, ball 1. Michael Russell batting just .234 for a leadoff man. Not the best average to have. Runners both going. Rye will throw down to second. Not going to be in time. And a double steal for the Rockers. Rye thought he had a better chance at getting Gulino, but didn't get it out of his hand cleanly on the throw. And now there's 2 men in scoring position for High Point. And the top of the order at the plate. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one just missing up in the zone. It's now 2 balls in a strike. Two and one as Russell tries to drive in some early runs for the Rockers here in the third. That pitch misses inside. And it's now 3 balls and a strike to Michael Russell. And Pavzi trying to prevent the wheels from falling off here in the third. But he's 1 pitch away from loading the bases. From the stretch, Pavzi, the 3-1. And the base and the account now full, 3-2. To the leadoff man for the High Point Rockers. Three balls, 2 strikes. Pavzi needing to come up with a big one here in a mini jam early in this contest. Max will get the sign from Rye and the payoff pitch. Fouled off once again as Russell stays alive, keeping the count at 3-2. Our thoughts and prayers are with all those up in eastern Kentucky tonight. Flood damage all over Breathitt County and Perry County, Knott County, places like that, with flood damage all over the area. Our hearts and prayers go out to you this evening as Povsey comes in with the payoff pitch, and it'll be ball 4 to Russell to load the bases up here in the third inning. There is action up in the pen for the Genomes as they come in to chat. Try to settle down Povsey, who again, he was so good in those first 2 innings. Here's the first 6 batters that Max Povsey faced. A fly out to right field, and a strikeout in the top of the first. Top of the second, he gets a ground out to third, a fly out to center field, and a strikeout. But then Leitendorf comes up to the plate in a good battle with I think it was 7 or 8 pitches. He's able to reach on an error by Luke Becker. And since then, Povsey has just been unable to find the strike zone. He got Alfonso to fly out to right field, but then walked the number 9 hitter Gulino, and then walked the leadoff man Michael Russell. And now you're facing one of the top hitters in the ALPB, Ben Aklinski. Ben, 13 home runs and 51 RBI on the year. Povsey would love to see a ground ball here, maybe try to turn 2. You can start the double play at any base. Here's the 1-0. Aklinski will swing through on an 89-mile-per-hour fastball, missing, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. 1-1 the count. Here in the top of inning number 3 at Wild Health Field, the Genomes and the High Point Rockers going mano-a-mano. If the Rockers win tonight, we're tied at the wild card standings. These two teams separated by 1 game. The Genomes came into this series down by a run down by a game in the standings. They now lead High Point by a full game, trying to put some more distance between them and their counterpart this evening. Max Povsey with a 2-1 count to Ben Aklinski. Povsey gets the sign from Rye in the 2-1. Popped up into center field, or into second base, Becker right there. Infield fly rule in effect as Becker makes the catch. And now Max can settle down and get one more out. He gets out of the jam. Jerry Downs struck out swinging his first time up at the plate. The only strikeout victim for Povsey thus far. Pitch comes inside, ball 1 to Downs. Jerry this year, a pretty consistent batter at the plate for the High Point Rockers. 291 on the season, 13 home runs, and 46 RBI. Again, one of those guys that can be a real threat in a lineup. The 1-0 Downs will take as Rye looks back Leitendorf. Nobody was covering third, and Leitendorf knew it. Now, in the first time around against Downs, the Genomes put the shift on towards second base. Paredes has sort of shifted over to play the shortstop position. Johns, the shortstop himself, basically playing second base right now. As Downs goes left field, and it'll get off the wall and be trouble for the Genomes. A 2-run double for Jerry Downs, and the Rockers strike first. Now it's Xander Wheel coming up to the plate. Pavsey giving up the early lead. Max has now thrown 51 pitches, 27 of them for strikes. More than half of those pitches coming in this inning. Ride the sign, Pavsey. Way up in the zone as Will has to duck for cover. And now Rye and Xander pointing at the Genomes catcher, trying to see what the issue is. The manager for the Rockers comes out. It's a big call here. Guys, any idea what they could be discussing here? Looks like we're good to go, and Wheel will dig back into the box. And now the manager coming out. They're claiming, I think they're trying to claim foul ball. So the home plate umpire gives his explanation. And now with a 1-0 count, Wheel will dig back into the box. Sander with the 1-0 count awaits, and missing outside is Pavsey as the count goes to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Get a good shot there of Max, who got himself in a jam and allowed 2 runs to come across thus far, trying to keep it at that advantage for the Rockers. That pitch comes over the inside corner, and the count now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Pavsey's pitch. Fouled off. So 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs on the board for the Rockers, and 2 men on. Wheel awaiting the 2-2 pitch. And Xander right back up the middle, a base hit. And he'll drive in 2 more for the Rockers to make it 4-0. Visiting team in front. Good piece of hitting for Wheel. Now it's Logan Morrison. First pitch to him, taken inside, ball 1. Morrison flew out to center field in his first plate appearance back in the 2nd inning. Batting .266 on the season. 1 home run shy of double digits. He'll swing through here as the count goes to 1-1. Genomes and the Rockers here in game number 3 of this 3-game set in Lexington. Genomes trying to get the sweep. Rockers now in front 4-0, trying to avoid being swept here by the team they're jockeying with for position in the wild card standings. That pitch swung on and missed as Morrison might have made some contact, but the count remains 1-2. 1-2 the count. Povsey will get the sign from Rye and deliver. Missing outside. Count goes to 2-2. Povsey now nearing 60 pitches. Actually, that was pitch number 60 in the game for Max. So well over half of those pitches coming in this inning alone for Povsey, who came in 6 up, 6 down before the top of the third. A different story here in this inning as he misses up high to Morrison, and the count now full once again. Full count. And the payoff pitch is swung on and missed. Povsey buckles down and gets the strikeout. The inning comes to an end, but the damage already done. 4 across in the inning for the High Point Rockers. And they take a 4-0 lead into the bottom half of the third here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Gavin Johns at the plate for the Wild Health Genomes, leading things off in the bottom half of the third. The number 9 hitter in the lineup will take a first pitch ball as Stem misses, and the count goes to 1-0. Gavin Johns, 226 hitter on the year. Played pretty well on Tuesday night, a couple of base hits. 1-0 count. This one up the middle, and it'll get through for a base hit. For the third straight inning, the Genomes have a man aboard. We're unable to do anything with it the first 2 times, and let's see if we can do something with Johns, who's on first with nobody down, and we go back to the top of the order with Luke Becker. Becker waits, and a pitch outside, ball 1. Luke, first time around, flew out to left field. Chris Shaw on the on-deck circle for the Genomes. Swung on and missed, and Becker evens it up at a ball and a strike. Make it 2-1. This one hit, and Becker now aboard. Back-to-back singles to lead off the inning for the Genomes, trying to answer the 4-1 top of the 4-run top of the third by the Rockers. Boss man's in the house tonight. Andy Shea, owner of the franchise, walking around Wild Health Field tonight. And Becker's base hit gives the Genomes 2 men on, and it's Chris Shaw coming to the plate after grounding out to second his first time up. Let's see if Shaw can get aboard here. Shaw playing in left field this evening. Got the nod over at first on Tuesday night. That pitch misses, or it's a called strike one, excuse me, but it gets out of the glove of the catcher Gulino, but not far enough away for Luke Becker to advance up to third. Was in right field last night, so Shaw's been moving around. A different position in each of these first three games. Johns and Becker on base as Shaw fouls this pitch off and falls behind 0-2. You got a couple of speedy guys on base for Shaw if he could find a gap, cut this lead in half. With Johns at second base and Luke Becker, the second baseman, at first. The 0-2 to Shaw. He'll take one low as the count goes to 1-2, and Alfonso wondering where that one missed. Good look there of Gavin Johns, who's played well this series for the Genomes. See if Shaw can drive him in here. Stem checks on the lead runner and the 1-2 pitch. Shaw will foul it off to stay alive, keeping the count at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Genomes down 4-0 after a 4-run top of the third. Still plenty of time to come back in this ball game, but a big chance here. If they can do something with it. Here's Shaw. Hard hit ball into right field, and that one is gone. Out of here over the Pepsi party deck, and forget cutting the lead in half. Chris Shaw says, I'll knock it down to a 1-run deficit on a 3-run blast by Chris Shaw over the right field wall. 4-3 Rockers in front. But the Genomes aren't going away. Check out that replay, folks. My goodness. And the right fielder wheel knew it as soon as it left the bat. That one went over and beyond the Pepsi party deck, heading toward Henry Clay High School here in Lexington. Davis now bats, and the first pitch he sees is fouled off for strike one. So now it's 4-3. A big third inning for each team, and the Genomes still with work to do. Nobody out for Davis, who bats with an 0-1 count. Chris awaits the pitch, and he'll hit one hard into left center field. Davis going back, and that one is caught at the wall. Anywhere else on the field, that one is home run number 7 for Davis. But it does put one down in the inning for Jimmy Paredes, the third baseman for the Genomes this evening. Jimmy batting .288 on the season, 8 home runs and 39 RBI. Awaits the pitch, and it's taken inside for ball one. A 1-0 count for Jimmy P. It's a tongue twister, ain't it, Hugh? Here's a ball hit into left field. That one hit hard as well, but at the warning track, it's caught. Genomes putting some good wood on the ball, but back-to-back hard-hit balls caught at the warning track. Had to bring out the right fielder, Felix P.A., who singled to right field in his first time up at the plate. Felix led off the second inning with that single, but was eventually stranded on base. You're right, he was forced out on the grounder by Miller. Miller was then eventually stranded on base. PA will take a pitch inside, ball one. Everybody needs a Hugh Davis in their life, like I do. When I do something wrong, if my wife is not around, Hugh will take care of it for me. There you go. Even without a headset or a mic, right, Hugh? Count 2-0 to PA. That one missing inside. Or making it a strike. It's a called strike inside. Felix thought he missed as well. Felix, a little words of encouragement for the home plate umpire. I believe it's 2-1. PA will hit one hard over to first. Jerry Downs will make the play, and PA is thrown out. Slung down his bat, and now PA and the home plate umpire having some words. PA didn't like the fact that the strike call came inside, and he is having some words with the home plate umpire. Ejected from this ball game, and we'll have a new right fielder in the top of the fourth inning. PA getting his piece in. He did, again, not like the strike call on the inside. Slung his bat as he was out at first. Check it out here. Didn't even try to run down, and Downs makes the play over at first. PA still having a conversation. He'll have to head to the locker room, but the inning is over. However, the Genomes on the board, a 3-run bottom half of the third, answers a 4-run top half of the inning. It's a 1-run deficit as we go to the fourth on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Top of the fourth inning now coming at you here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. It's Quincy Lattimore up first for the Rockers. Lattimore, Leydendorf, and Alfonso, the 6, 7, and 8 part of the order for High Point coming to the plate this inning. Pobsy will miss outside as the count goes to 1-1. Pobsy has got to go 5 innings for the Genomes to keep that DH spot intact. This ball grounded over to third. Jimmy Paredes, a long throw over, and he will sail it over the head of Duenes. It stays in play, does not go into the crowd, so it will force Lattimore to stay at first. But an error on the throw from Paredes. Second error of the game for the Genomes. That's such a hard throw to make, that long throw, and Paredes basically on the edge of the grass at third base, having to make that long toss over to get the speedy Lattimore. And the error puts one aboard for the Rockers. Pobsy, 35 strikes and 65 pitches thus far. Now faces off against Leydendorf, the second baseman. One 0 the count. Pobsy delivers, and this one grounded foul back behind home plate. 1-1 the count. The Genomes and the High Point Rockers. These two teams, folks, 1-2 in the wild card standings. They were 1-2 coming into this series with the Rockers in front by a full game. Now they've flipped spots with the Genomes winning the first two. That pitch misses. The count now 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Pobsy. Another pitch that's fouled off, evening things up at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Max Pobsy. Checking on the runner over at first in Lattimore. Max will get the sign and once again glance over at the base runner. The 2-2 pitch is popped up and might be playable. It will be for Paredes at third. He'll make the catch in foul territory for the first out of the inning. Now to bring up Giovanni Alfonso, who flew out to right field in his first plate appearance. Alfonso, the shortstop, batting .291 this year. Couple of home runs and 23 runs driven in for the High Point Rockers shortstop. First pitch hit hard into right field, and Teodoro Martinez, who came in for Felix PA, will field it off the wall, and that one might drive in a run. Nope, holding up at third is Lattimore, but it will be a double for Giovanni Alfonso. A base hit, and now 2 men in scoring position for the Rockers. And Hugh Davis's favorite song from the movie Frozen comes on. Hugh, you like that movie? I wish I had $1 for every time I've had to watch the movie Frozen or Frozen 2. Could almost retire. And, yep. Pitch inside, strike one. It's weird, in less than, right around 13 hours, we'll be heading in for baby number 3 tomorrow morning. So baby girl number 2, kid number 3 on the way. So I'm sure we'll be racking up the Frozen and Frozen 2 totals even more. The 0-1, that pitch taken. Strike 2 to Michael Gulino. Pavzi gets the sign and the pitch. And now they're going to call a balk on Pavzi, and he can't believe it. Max comes up towards home plate, and he is livid. The run comes in to score, and now the Genomes manager going to come out. Max kind of paused as he got set to deliver the pitch. I thought that was an awkward way for him to throw it. Check out this replay. He pauses for a moment before coming home with the pitch, and the home plate umpire calls the balk. So a run comes in to make it 5-3. And it has been a weird inning here in Lexington. Now the umpires coming together here. Yeah, they're going to say balk. Minikazi out there talking to the home plate umpire. A little smile on the face. Now, Mark's already been thrown out of one game this year, and in a very entertaining fashion. Cooler heads prevail as he'll come back to the dugout. And now his team will trail it 5-3 after the run comes in to score. And Gulino will now face an 0-2 count, or was it 1-2? That pitch didn't count. Okay, so the pitch doesn't count, so it's still 0-2. And it is 5-3 now in favor of the Rockers. Pitch fouled off and off the face mask of Rye. Infield playing in here for the Genomes. As Gulino, who walked his first time up, swung on and missed, and he'll strike out for the second out of the inning. So it's a 2-run lead for the Rockers. Now Michael Russell back up at the dish. And the first pitch to him hit hard into right field. Martinez, who came in for Felix PA after he was ejected, is right there to make the catch. And there's now 3 down in the inning. 1 run across for the Rockers on the balk. And it's a 2-run lead as we go to the bottom half of the 4th here live on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Samir Duenes will come to the plate first here in this bottom half of the fourth inning for the Wild Health Genomes. It's Duenes, Miller, and Rye. Duenes' first pitch inside, a called strike one. Man, that one looked like it was way inside to Samir, but he falls behind. No balls and a strike. And he'll go after the next pitch to make it 0-2. And on the AtlanticLeague.com website, that first pitch clearly inside to the Genomes first baseman. Yeah, based on the tracker. Another pitch outside. This one is a called ball. 1 ball, 2 strike. And that one's fouled off again. Duenes staying alive here. One ball, 2 strikes, still the count. Good battle here with Samir Duenes and Craig Stem. Stem's pitch, there we go. A strikeout to Duenes. What a battle, but he finally goes down. A good job by Duenes to keep fighting, but on a swing and a miss, there's one down now on the fourth for the Genomes. Now it's Anderson Miller who takes the first pitch strike. Yeah, but I like that battle by Samir. Even though that first pitch didn't go his way, obviously inside on the tracker, missing, but he stays in there, battles, and now it's an 0-1 count to Anderson Miller. Popping up to Russell at third for the second out of the inning. To bring Austin Rye back to the dish. He struck out his first time up. Rye hitting his 4th home run on Tuesday night, with that average dipping around 202 now. 1-0 the count. Stem now 56 pitches, 39 strikes for the Rockers starter. And this one hit back up the middle and a base hit, a 2-out single for Rye, and the Genomes another base runner aboard. Every inning, the Genomes have gotten somebody on base, and this time it's Austin Rye. Brings Gavin Johns back to the dish. Gavin on Tuesday went 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored in the win. This one will soft chopper over to third. It'll eventually roll foul, and he'll come back to the plate. Johns yesterday went 1 for 4, driving in 1 and striking out once. So not a bad start to the series for Gavin, who's trying to secure his spot in the everyday lineup for the Rockers, or for the Genomes, excuse me. John's batting just .238 on the season. He's driven in 7 runs. Chance to extend this inning here and go back to the top of the order with Becker. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off as well, and it goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Johns will foul that one off as well. So all 3 pitches in this at-bat fouled off by Gavin Johns. Oh, 0-2 the count to the Genomes shortstop. Stem will check on the runner and come home with a pitch. John will swing through for strike 3. They'll throw down to complete the strikeout, and the inning is over. A 2-run lead for the High Point Rockers as we go to inning number 5 in Lexington. We're broadcasting live tonight on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Back to work in the now top of the 5th inning. Max Pavsey still in the game for the Genomes, trying to get through this 5th inning to keep that DH spot intact. First pitch up in the zone, ball 1 to Ben Aklinski, who leads off in the 5th inning. Tonight, Ben, a fly out to right field and an infield fly to second base, 0 for 2 thus far. Pavsey's 1-0 pitch right there at the numbers for strike 1. That one misses. Now 2 balls and a strike to Aklinski, the former Lexington legend. Last year was so good as a member of the Legends organization. Ben takes a strike there. A nice breaking ball over the inside corner to make it 2-2. But Aklinski last season was top 10 in almost every category offensively as a member of the Legends. Played multiple positions and was, I think, even top 5 in home runs and RBIs at one point. Ben was just so good. Loves hitting in this ballpark, obviously. Was here last week facing his former team and now back here in Lexington as they wrap up this 3-game series against the Genomes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, Aklinski. 294 on the season, 13 home runs and 48 RBI, and he'll swing through here to strike out for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Jerry Downs to the plate. So last year, Aklinski, 28 home runs, over 100 RBI on the season. Downs pops the first pitch up he sees, and Paredes backing up into left field to make the catch for the second out. So quickly 2 down as Max Povsey tries to work through here in the 5th. We got attendance number already. All right. I'm going to say 12:34. Povsey's pitch. Oh, I took your 1, 2, 3. You can take it, Hugh. I'll change mine. All right. It's always fun to guess the attendance number up here. Povsey's 1-0 is swung on and missed. 1520. Almost my phone number, which is 1521. So I'm going to start just guessing my phone number each time. Nobody call me, please. I go to bed early. Hugh Davis, you can call me, though. Yeah, for 13 more hours, exactly. Pitch up high, 2-1. Yeah, so he played 5 different positions, talking about Ben Aklinski last season. That pitch up high. 2 down as Povsey tries to get out of this inning. If he can get out, and Xander Will, who's the top hitter for the Rockers, would be 1-2-3 here in the 5th. Pretty impressive for Povsey, who's given up 6 runs. Make it just 3 runs in this game. He'll walk Will, though, however, on 5 pitches. 1 aboard for the Rockers and bring to the plate Morrison. Morrison now comes to the plate after striking out his last time up. 0-for-2 day thus far for the lefty. Runner over at first is Will. Max Povsey will get the sign and deliver. And a pitch down in the dirt, 1-0 the count. A 1 ball, no strikes. And Morrison having to swat away the bugs. I wonder if Dave's around the home plate right now. Maybe that's a cabbage smell drawing the bugs in. Shout out Steve Tressler, who I talked to last night. He'll be back in town for some of the games next week. Two 2-0 to Morrison, trying to get aboard for the first time this evening. 1520, the attendance number here tonight, as These folks gathered to watch a pretty important game between these two teams early on in the second half of the season. Morrison will take that one on the inside corner and roll his eyes as the strike call comes to make it 2-1. On Thirsty Thursday, and if you don't want to drink you a nice cold brewski, you can get a little Mountain Dew or a Pepsi here. Just because you're thirsty doesn't mean it has to be an alcoholic beverage. 2 balls and a strike to Morrison. Pavsey's pitch swung on and fouled off, and the count now 2-2. Check out the speed of the bat boy there, hustling after the ball. Got his helmet on, so Miss Whitney won't holler at him. You know what? Listen, knowing Whitney, she would still holler at somebody, though, even if she's technically not working. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the inning. Pavsey 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. And he'll get it as Morrison swings through for strike 3. 0 for 3 night for Morrison, and now he's mad at the home plate umpire as well. Tosses his helmet in disgust as the top of the 5th comes to an end. Genomes down by a pair of runs as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Top of the order due up when we come back on the Legends YouTube channel. Luke Becker gets the nod here, leading off in the bottom half of the 5th inning for the Wild Health Genomes, down 5-3. Chris Shaw's 3-run home run supplying the runs thus far for the Genomes back in the 3rd inning. The Genomes answered a 4-run top of the 3rd with a 3-run bottom half of the 3rd inning, trailed by just 1, but then a balk by Max Pavsey in the 4th allowed the 5th run of the game for the Rockers to come across. Here's the 0-2 to Becker. He'll chip one down the third base line, and it'll get foul. Glad to have you tuned in here, folks, on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Michael Watkins here with you tonight. Tom Gross will be here tomorrow evening. Not sure who will have the call for you on Saturday, but Tom will be back on Sunday to round out this homestand for the Genomes. Might just give Keith and Hugh the mic and let them pull some double duty over the weekend. Pitch comes inside. That's the first ball of the at-bat to Becker. Well, if you guys do it, you have to promise me at least 4 Hugh Davis jokes during the broadcast on Saturday night. Whoa, but it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Becker. leading things off here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. These two teams, as that one's fouled off, trying to work their way into the wild card spot in the postseason. And the postseason standings have been decided as far as where we're going to get things started. So the Atlantic League announced earlier this week that the playoffs feature a divisional championship series between the first and second half champions. Becker will strike out looking. And that's of the divisions, the North and the South divisions, followed up by the ALPB Championship Series. All postseason series will be a best-of-5 format. The Atlantic League rules allow the two first-half division champions to choose between hosting the first two games of the division championship or playing the final games at home. South Division first-half champion Gastonia has opted to open the playoffs at home. However, the Honey Hunters will host the South Division second-half champion on Tuesday, September 30th and Wednesday, September 21st. Now, the South Division championship will shift to the second-half Champions Park for games on Friday, September 23rd, and, if necessary, Saturday, September 24th, and Sunday, September 25th. As far as the other division goes, the Blue Crabs of Southern Maryland, the North Division first-half champs, they have chosen to open the postseason up on the road and then host games 3, 4, and 5, if necessary, at their stadium. Shaw will ground one over to second base for the second out of the inning. The Lexington Legends are the defending Atlantic League champions, having defeated the Long Island Ducks 3-1 last year. And I think the Legends actually went on the road in their opening round last season before hosting, of the championship. So Chris Davis takes a pitch, ball one. So we know it'll be Southern Maryland and Gastonia. Now, who they face is another story. We'll try to look at that as we go throughout the rest of this game. Davis fouls this one off. The South Division second-half champion will go to Gastonia. Southern Maryland will go to the North Division second-half champion. And again, those games will start on Tuesday, September the 20th. So you think that sounds a ways away, but, folks, that's just right around the corner. I mean, these days are flying by. Davis takes another one out of the zone. Well, we're less than 3 weeks away from high school football getting started in the area. And there are a boatload of talented players in Central Kentucky. 2-1 count to Davis as he fouls that one off and hits Michael Gulino where no Michael or nobody wants to be hit. The song Blue Eyes Crying in the Early Morning Rain now drifting through the mind of Michael Gulino. And the Macarena across the loudspeakers right now. You know, if we had a dance-off up here in the booth between us three, Aiden, Bill, I think Aiden's probably going to pull it out. Aiden, you a big Macarena fan? There we go. Aiden's a man of few words, but he's a great camera guy up here on the high and wide tonight. It takes a lot to make me look and sound good. We got a great crew up here in the booth. It takes even more to make Steve and Tom sound and look good. The best makeup artists in the world couldn't do their best with those two. Got a full count here with Chris Davis, who's batting .414 during his time with the Genomes. Stem will get the sign and the payoff pitch. Davis, did he go around? He did. Strike three, a 1-2-3 inning for Stem, and a 2-run lead still intact for the High Point Rockers. We go to the sixth here in Lexington, folks. We're broadcasting tonight live on the Legends YouTube channel. New pitcher into the game for the Genomes, taking over for Max Pavzi. Swing and a miss by Lattimore as we're back to work here in Lexington. That one a strike as well. 92 on the gun. Herrera as he gets the sign and delivers to Lattimore. And down on strikes goes Quincy to lead off here in the inning. Brings up Leitendorf, the second baseman. He's reached on the nair and flown out to third base into foul territory. So 0 for 1 is Leitendorf. Stolen base in the game as well. Herrera, 3.79 ERA on the season. 2-1 record for the right-handed pitcher. Out of the pen for the Genomes. 0-1 the count. Herrera, deep breath, and the 0-1. Grounded down the line at third. Nicely thrown over by Paredes, and safe at first. Fielding error by Duenes. Got to bring up Giovanni Alfonso. Third error of the game for the Genomes, who have more hits than the Rockers. Now trying to get some of the youngsters to make sure they stay in the stands. A couple of them leaning over there. Dangerous spot to be at. That's where the ball can really come at you. So Alfonso bats, one down, runner in scoring position here in the sixth. Giovanni a double his last time up at the dish. Herrera will force the runner back to second, Leitendorf. How about the day for Leitendorf? He's reached twice, both of them on an error. Herrera trying to buckle down here. Gets the sign and delivers. Called strike one to Alfonso. Giovanni, the shortstop, really good athlete, batting .294 on the season, a pair of home runs and 23 RBI. Really good defensive shortstop, middle infielder for the High Point Rockers, who right now sit one game back of their opponent tonight, the Genomes, in the wild card standings of the ALPB. Herrera with the 0-1. That ball hit hard into right field. Teodoro Martinez backing up. He can't get to it. Bounces off the wall. Martinez will come up throwing. And out at second base is Alfonso, but the run comes in to score. How about Teodoro Martinez? So a base hit and an RBI and a thrown out trying to take second base for Alfonso. Base is empty and now two down in the inning for the Rockers. But they've added to their two-run lead to make it 6-3 here in the sixth inning. Herrera gets the sign and the pitch. That one hit hard over to second base. Becker gave it all he had, but could not get to it. as it caroms into right field for another base hit for the Rockers. Back to the top of the order we go with Michael Russell. And a first pitch strike call. 0-1 the count as Herrera takes the lead. Russell will ground one over to short. Gavin Johns will field it, and he'll beat Galeno to the bag at second for the force out in the sixth. But one more run comes across for the High Point Rockers. They now lead it by 3 as we go to the bottom half of the sixth inning here on the Legends YouTube channel. Back to action here in Lexington and at Wild Health Field, where at the moment it's a 3-run lead for the High Point Rockers. That ball grounded over to second base and fielded by Stem over at first. Brings up Teodoro Martinez now to the plate, coming in for Felix PA. This will be the first at-bat for Martinez in the game. One down here in the bottom of the sixth, and a 3-run deficit for the Genomes. That pitch a called strike one. Martinez fouls that one off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. So if we can get you an updated score on the Legends game as they battle tonight on the road against the Gastonia Honey Hunters. This one grounded over to third. Throw over to first is in time. Martinez hustling up to first, but he's thrown out. That brings up Dueñez. Samir struck out in his last plate appearance. For 2 tonight. Legends lead Gastonia 6-4. After being no hit yesterday, the Legends trying to get back in the win column. Try to win the series against the Gastonia Honey Hunters, who are still atop the division after winning the division in the first half of the year. So big game there on the road for the Legends. Here's a hard hit ball by Dueñez carrying down the right field line. That one will be a home run off the inside of the foul pole in right field. And Dueñez, a solo shot to right for his 6th home run of the year. Hardiman scared me to death. I thought I said something wrong, Keith. Dueñez off the pole, and Keith said he did not call bank, but we'll take it as that trims the lead to 2 now for the Rockers. I was so confused why Keith was doing his best airplane assistant, trying to draw in the plane. Now it's Anderson Miller coming up to the dish. Miller will take one inside. Stem still in there, or make that that's Zabalita in the game. No, that's still Stem, right? Yeah, Stem's still in the game. Excuse me. 1-0 the count. Miller, that one on the inside corner, a called strike. 1-1 the count. So the Legends lead 6-4 going into the bottom half of the 6th against the Honey Hunters. Here it's a 6-4 lead. The opposite way as the High Point Rockers lead the home team. Miller's pitch swung on and missed. He was chasing one inside there, and the count goes to a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Miller 0 for 2, batting .265 on the season, awaits the 0-2 pitch. And that one grounded softly back to the pitcher. Might be a tough play. Miller hustling, and he is safe at first. Showing off his speed, Anderson Miller, an infield single. And to bring up the catcher, Austin Rye. Folks, how about this for the High Point Rockers? They put 6 runs across in this inning, and now the High Point manager did not like the safe call of Anderson Miller. We'll get back to that thought. The Rockers have put 6 runs on. 2 runs that have came in to score courtesy of a base on balls. The 3 errors the Genomes have committed tonight, all 3 men who got aboard via the error have came around to score. So 5 of the 6 runs have been courtesy of either a walk or an error, putting them on base. All 6 runs unearned tonight for the High Point Rockers. Thanks, Keith, for the stat line there. Tell you what, this home plate umpire does not put up with much crap. He's been all over the place tonight. He's been making managers and players from both teams mad this evening. Stem's pitch on the inside, a called strike. 0-1 the count to Austin Rye. Stem now 80, or make it 90 pitches, 63 strikes for the Rockers starter. ERA now at 3.60. That one misses. The count now 1-1. Rye tonight 1 for 2 with a single to center field in his last plate appearance. Ryan Johns both tonight, 1 for 2. One strikeout and a single to center field. They just flip-flopped which inning they've done it in. That pitch, a called strike 2 on the outside edge, and it's now a 1-2 advantage for Stem as Rye checks back at the home plate umpire. We'll see on the ALPB tracker exactly where that one was here in a moment. Stem will check on the runner at first, the speedy Anderson Miller, and deliver the 1-2 pitch. Gets away, and the count now 2-2. And that pitch to Rye outside was not even close. Now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Austin Rye. See if he can get aboard and keep this inning alive for the Genomes and give Gavin Johns another AB this inning. Catcher sets up outside, and that's where Stem will deliver. Rye will deliver it right back up the middle. Throw over to first. Going to be in time. Downs will tap on the bag for the 3rd out of the inning. Genomes strand a runner. And it's a solo home run by Duenes to get us on the board once again, trimming a 3-run deficit to 2. We go to the 7th inning here live in Lexington on the Legends YouTube channel. Top of the 7th inning here in Lexington. Lyle Travis doing his best Darnell Ray impression. First pitch inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Ben Aklinski, former legend. Trying to see what all's going down there on the field. There is a commotion with Lyle Travis, home plate umpire. Aklinski with a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And Herrera missing low and away. 2 balls and a strike. Herrera hanging out on the mound, and he'll deliver the 2-1. Low and away, now 2 balls, make it 3 balls and a strike. As the Storm's about to roll in here to Lexington, I'm not sure we'll be able to make it through this game. 3 balls and a strike. Herrera with the pitch. And this one grounded over to short. Gavin Johns will throw over in time for out number 1. Yeah, we can hear rumblings of thunder. Either that or Hugh Davis is still hungry. Even though it's not free hot dog now, we've been having a feast up here in the box this evening. Jerry Downs now at the plate for the Rockers. Herrera will get the sign and the pitch. Outside, ball 1. A 1-0 count. As Downs awaits. Pitch misses. Now 1-1 the count, or 2-0, excuse me. 2 balls, no strikes. Jerry, the first baseman, has been pretty consistent this year for the High Point Rockers. Hugh Davis, our resident weatherman up here in the booth tonight, keeping track of the storm is about to roll into the area. The 2-0 to Downs. That one hit over to short and past the diving Gavin Johns, or make it Jimmy Paredes, on the shift as he gets through into left field for a base hit. The bad thing about the potential storm coming in, this game is close enough that you'd think we got to try to get it in with these two teams so tight in the standings. And we might see a new pitcher coming in for the Genomes. Herrera chatting with his manager and Austin Rye, the catcher. Trying to work their way through here. It's a 6-4 lead for the High Point Rockers. Here in the top of the 7th inning, the Rockers are the man aboard and might just be trying to buy some time here for a new pitcher to warm up. There is action up in both bullpens. Guzman warming up for the Genomes. To the lefty, Guzman, who's been so good this year for the Wild Health Genomes, warming up in the pen. Herrera right now with a man aboard over at first as he faces off against Wheel. Wheel an RBI, or a 2 RBI single to center field back in the third inning and a walk in his last plate appearance. Been aboard twice tonight for the Rockers. Herrera down 1-0, delivers. And a pitch on the outside corner, make it 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one the count. In the on-deck circle, Morrison, Logan, the left fielder tonight, awaiting his turn at the plate. Herrera, another slider that catches the inside corner, 78 on the gun, and 1-2 count now to the top home run hitter for the High Point Rockers, Xander Wheel. 286 average, 23 home runs, drove in RBIs 72 and 73 back in the third inning to help the Rockers get this 6-4 lead. Here's the 1-2, and Xander will make it 8-4 as he supplants one over the left field wall. A no-doubter there for Xander Wheel, his, I think, 24th home run of the year, and his third home run this series will give the Rockers now an 8-4 lead in this one. Four RBI now in the game for Wheel. And that one, as soon as it left the bat, you knew where that one was heading. Now the base is empty for Morrison. Still one out here in the seventh. Morrison, a hard hit ball into center field, and that one playable by Anderson Miller for the second out of the inning. With 2 down, Lattimore now comes to the plate. Base is empty for Quincy, who hit his 13th home run on Tuesday night in the loss versus the Genomes here in this stadium. The 1-0 coming inside to make it 2-0 as Herrera reaches 93 on the fastball inside. This one popped up, and it will get out of play, make it 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. High Point Rockers an 8-4 lead after that 2-run blast by Xander Wheel just a moment ago. Herrera's 2-1 to Lattimore on the outside corner, and the count now even at 2-2. The Mortal Kombat finish him comes across the loudspeaker as Herrera gets set to deliver. The 2-2 pitch is hit hard over to third. They'll bounce it over to first base in time for the out. And the nice play by Paredes at third to end the inning. But 2 more runs come across, and it's now an 8-4 lead for the High Point Rockers. We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch here on the way on the Legends YouTube channel.
First pitch to Proctor, hit to second, goes to short. Here's the pitch. He hits this one to short. Over to second for the force out, and that ends the inning. But
home runs. He'll bat with an 0-2 count here with 2 outs. He'll have a play at the plate as Irvin is going to be tagged out at home.
he hits a grounder to second, double play ball. They throw it to second, and he hits this one a ton. Center field going back, and it is out of here. Chris Shaw with a 2-run home run here in the bottom of the first.
Gavin Johns will lead things off with a hard hit ball into center field, backing up and making the grab at the warning track is the center fielder Ben Aklinski for out number 1. Another hard hit ball to the warning track. That's the 4th or 5th time tonight a Genomes player has hit one to the wall. Now it's Luke Becker, who struck out his first time up, or his last time up, excuse me. Becker tonight, 1 for 3 days, singled in the 3rd inning into right field for his lone base hit. First pitch misses, ball 1. Stem still in there for the Rockers. He's held the bats at bay for the most part. A couple of hard hit balls, but the defense has backed him up. Speaking of that, there's another hard hit ball into center field. Ben Aklinski moving over to his left or to his right to make the catch toward left field, and there's now 2 down in the inning. Chris Shaw hit a 3-run home run back in the 3rd, giving him now 9 home runs on the season. And he drove in his 36th, 37th, and 38th RBIs with that one swing of the bat. But the Genomes need more, as they're now down by 4 runs here in the 7th. And Stem facing off against Shaw. And a ball hit right into right field for a 2-out base hit. Thrown in by the right fielder, Xander Will. If there's a guy in this lineup that can change things with one swing of the bat, it's Chris Davis. Davis swings through for strike 1. Where's Scrappy at? Okay. First base coach, Scrappy in there. 0-1 the count to Davis. Chris will ground over to third. Could be a tough play. Russell will come up throwing and make the play for the 3rd out of the inning. Genomes leave another one stranded. Down 8-4 as we go to the 8th here on the Legends YouTube channel. Heading into the 8th inning for the High Point Rockers, it's Lattimore, Leitendorf, and Alfonso, 6, 7, 8, coming to the plate for the Rockers, who are one game back of the Wild Health Genomes in the wild card standings. This game would tie us back up. Genomes winning the first 2 games of this series to take that one-game lead. Leitendorf facing off against the new pitcher for the Genomes as we get set to go to work here in the 8th. Candelario gets a first pitch strike call. One-0 the count. Candelario right back to work, and that one just missing, making the count even. A ball and a strike. Great crowd on hand here in Lexington tonight. 1520, the number of paid attendance this evening. 1-1 the count as Candelario delivers and misses outside. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to Quincy Lattimore. Here's a pitch. Hard hit ball in the left field. That one will be playable for Shaw, who will make the catch. 1 down in the 8th for the Rockers. And that brings up Alfonso. Okay, so 2 down in the inning. Just 1. Okay, 1 down in the inning. Sorry, 1 down for Alfonso, who's flown out to right field, doubled and singled. Two and 0 the count. 12 hours, guys, 12 hours. Put it back, yeah, push it back in. 3-0 the count. Alfonso trying to get aboard with 1 down here in the 8th. He'll take one on the inside corner and a called strike by Lyle Travis. Xander Will's 2-run home run back in the top of the 7th. The first earned runs of the game for the High Point Rockers. That pitch fouled off, and quickly Alfonso goes from 3-0 to 3-2 as we battle here in the 8th inning. 1 down in the 8th. Michael Watkins here with you on a Thursday night, Thirsty Thursday. And time is called by Alfonso. Was referencing in 12 hours, we'll be having our 3rd child, my wife and I, here in Lexington. Or scheduled to be going in at 9 o'clock in the morning. This pitch grounded over to short. Johns will come up and throw over to first. Duenes will make the toe tap on the first base bag for the 2nd out of the inning. And it brings up the catcher, Galino, who's been aboard twice tonight with a walk and a single. Struck out back in the 4th, 1 for 2 on the evening. Genomes will send Paredes, Martinez, and Duenes to the plate in the bottom half of this 8th inning. Trying to cut into a 4-run deficit here in the latter part of the ball game. First pitch strike to Galino. High pop-up. That one way up in the air, and it will come down out of play. What goes up must eventually come down, and the count 0-1. Yeah, we're trying to figure out what Lyle Travis is mad about. Well, earlier, no, when he called you down there. It's magic. Strike three, and the inning is over. We're getting an explanation from Whitney up here. We'll tell you what happened with Lyle Travis when we come back on the Legends YouTube channel. Back to action here as we go to the bottom half of the eighth inning. Jimmy Paredes, Martinez and Duenes in the game at this inning for the Wild Health Genomes. The new right fielder, Jay Gonzalez, for the High Point Rockers. And Xander Will going over to left field for High Point. Means Morrison's night is done. Bryce Hinchley in the game right now to try to help push this win across the finish line for the High Point Rockers, and Hinchley missing up high there to make it 2-1. Former Kansas City Royal farmhand, says Hugh Davis. So he's a former legend. There you go. This pitch popped up and playable backing up from his second base spot is Leitendorf, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. Teodoro Martinez now comes to the plate. Martinez, a 4-run deficit for his team, but trying to get aboard, just give him some base runners here. That first pitch strike. Is that ambulance on the premises here? Behind us? Oh, okay. It looked like it was in the shot from where. Here's the 0-1. And Martinez falls behind 0-2 on a big swing and a miss. Teodoro, 5 home runs on the year.
Wheel actually went to left field. So Morrison's out.
0-2 the count. Hensley trying to get the strikeout here. Golino the side and the 0-2 pitch. Hit hard in the left center field and right in front of Beneklinski. It'll drop for a base hit. Teodoro Martinez aboard with 1 down in the 8th for the Genomes. And brings up Samir Dueñez. So 1 down for Dueñez, who his last time up hit one out of the park off of the inside of the foul pole in right field. First pitch on the outside, ball 1. One 1-0 count here to Dueñez. And that one misses outside. Martinez thought about going up to second base, but he thinks better of it. Two-0 lead for Shamir, the first baseman tonight, for the Wild Health Genomes as they try to get the sweep, having to come from behind to do so. That pitch misses. 3-0. Bryce Hensley. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 3-0 pitch. That one catches the plate. 3-1 now, with 1 down here in the 8th inning. Michael Watkins here with you on the call. Glad to have you along, folks. The A-team back with us tonight. Bill, Hugh, Keith, and I were able to bring home a title. If we weren't here last year, let's just face it, the Legends don't win the ALPB. Dueñez will coax the walk. So 2 aboard for Anderson Miller, who had an infield single back to the pitcher in his last plate appearance. And we're going to have a pinch runner. Demetrius Moorer will come in to pinch run. Moorer is so fast, he makes fast people look not fast. So you got the speedy Teodoro Martinez and then Moorer behind him. I would pick Moorer, I think, in that scenario. Here's a better question for you. Who's faster, Michael Watkins or Hugh Davis? So manager comes out to talk to his pitcher, Hensley. Hensley will deliver to Miller. And the first pitch misses outside, ball one. See if the Genomes can get to work here. They got 2 men on, a big chance to get into that deficit, but Miller will ground out over to second. They'll throw to second for one. And Anderson Miller might want to put his name in the race hat as well. He shows his hustle down the first base line. And now with runners at the corners, there's 2 down for Austin Rye. Two outs in the inning. Runner taken off. Miller safely sliding into second base now. 2 men in scoring position for Rye. Chance to cut that deficit in half if he can get one into the outfield here. 1-0 count to the Genomes catcher. This one's hit hard in the left field. Backing up is Wheel, and he will watch it go over the wall. Austin Rye on Tuesday hits home run number 4 and a 3-run shot here in the 8th inning to trim a 4-run deficit down to 1. Third home run of the game for the Genomes, and how about that, folks, when it looks like the Wild Health Genomes might go ahead and call it a night, the bat of Austin Rye gives them new life over the left field wall, and it's now an 8-7 lead for the High Point Rockers and a pitching change for them as Hensley's night is done. We'll let the new pitcher warm up, and we'll come back to action here with 2 down in the bottom of the 8th inning on the Legends YouTube channel. The future Mr. Whitney Penny, I believe, We'll lead things off, or we'll come to bat now for the Genomes, with 2 down. And he'll hit one hard into right field. Johns down the right field line, and that catch made in right field. One pitch, and able to get out of the inning are the High Point Rockers, but not before Austin Rye goes yard. A 3-run blast over the left field wall. We go to the 9th inning. Genomes down by a run. They'll try to preserve a 1-run deficit and then tie or end it in the bottom half of the 9th inning when we come back on the Legends YouTube channel. Alejandro Shashin will come onto the mound for the Wild Health Genomes as they try to close. Shashin will come in, try to keep this 1-run deficit intact. And due up for the Rockers is Russell, Aklinski, and Downs, the 1-2-3 part of the order. Again, we want to send our thoughts and prayers up to the folks in eastern Kentucky. My hometown of Breathitt County flooded, and just got word that my parents may have lost their home in the flood in between innings there. So remember all those folks up there that have a long road ahead as they try to recover for, second time that floods like this have happened up in eastern Kentucky in a little over a year and a half now. 0-1 count to Russell. Pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Thought we might see some rain creep into the area here this evening, but to this point it's held off. 1 inning away from potentially ending this ball game. Russell trying to help the Rockers maybe add to the lead to get aboard here, but a good job by Demetrius Moorer in center field. As he comes in to make the catch. Now it's Ben Aklinski coming to the plate. So Aklinski facing Shaquem with one down and the base is empty. Here's a pitch. Outside on the corner, strike one. Oh, 1 count. Shaquem delivers. Outside, a ball to strike. The 1-1 pitch. Misses. 2-1 the count. Rockers trying to potentially add to a 1-run lead. Time is called as I don't see one, Keith. Keith looking for a cup snake. I don't see one here. 3 balls and a strike. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Ben Aklinski with 1 down here in the top of the 9th inning. Jerry Downs in the on-deck circle as Shaquem will get the sign. And the pitch is outside, ball 4. So Downs facing Shaquem with 1 on and 1 down, and here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Downs awaits, missing away 1 ball, 1 strike now from Shaquem. Genomes down by a run. 2 3-run shots by the Genomes and a solo home run, providing the 7 runs in the ball game thus far. Shaquem's pitch will miss again, this time inside, and the count now 2 balls and a strike to Downs. Two and 1 the count to the Rockers' first baseman. Shaquem with the pitch. Runner taking off, a little hit and run action. And it just does miss the photographer behind the Rockers' dugout. Count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shaquem steps off the mound. Sets himself ready for the 1-out. 2-2 pitch to Jerry Downs. Aklinski gets a good lead off of first, and Shaquem again steps off the mound. A little cat and mouse here. As the rain starts coming down here in Lexington, Shaquem with the 2-2. Missing inside, and the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, did it hit him? So that brings up Xander Wheel. It did hit him, so the pitch did hit him. So hit by pitch is down, gets a board. Now there's 2 on for the Rockers. Sorry for the confusion up here, but that's why there's 9 of us up here in the booth to figure it out. That might have been good math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just 8. So 2 men on with 1 out for Wheel, who had a 3-run home run himself earlier in the ball game. Xander, grounder, down the line at third. Man, when he hits the ball, it's like it's coming off the bat of a Courtney Hawkins or a Chris Davis. It just sounds like the ball is screaming for its life when it comes off the bat of Xander Wheel. Yeah, 24 home runs and 75 RBI now. A lot of damage done in this series versus the Genomes. Had that 3-run home run. Or 2-run home run, back in the 7th. And 4 RBI in the game for Wheel. As he's able to get the strikeout. And now a quick chat between Shakeen and, is that Velo behind the plate now? Yeah, right. So, Wheel 4th in RBI and 4th in home runs, right? Yeah. This one's fouled off to keep the count 0-2. 1 down in the inning, 2 men on for the High Point Rockers. Aklinski at second, Jerry Downs at first, as the rain coming down even harder now here in Lexington. 5 outs away from potentially ending this ball game, but a 1-run deficit. The game hanging in the balance here in the 9th, and with it, the first place spot in the wild card standings. With the Rockers win, we're tied. With the Genomes win, they'll have a 2-game lead in the wild card standings against the Rockers themselves. Pitch outside. Aklinski going to stay put as Rye able to keep it in front of him. How about the clutch hitting of Austin Rye, that 3-run home run in the last half inning for the Genomes, cutting that deficit down to just 1. When we come back to the plate in the bottom of the 9th, not sure what the score will be, but if it's a 1-run game, you got to feel good if you're a Genomes fan, because you'll have Becker, Shaw, Davis, and Paredes, the top of the order, coming to the plate. Xander Wheel, Shakeen set to deliver. The 1-2 pitch, and he'll step off the mound and look back Ben Aklinski. So back to work. Now the 1-2. And Shakeen will put one up for grabs, heading down the left field line. That one going back, and that one going foul. And we'll do it all over again. Once again, 1 ball, 2 strikes. You can see how hard the rain coming down here. Shakeen gets the sign from Rye, trying to get the strikeout. And now Wheel calls time. Had a nose itch. Had to take care of that. Shakeen will get the sign, and now it's the 1-2. Did he go around? Check swing. He did not. And the count stays 2-2. Or we'll go to 2-2, excuse me. Two balls, two strikes to Xander Wheel. The 2-2 pitch. And it hit him. Wheel hit in the back on the 2-2. So an 82-mile-per-hour pitch that comes in on Xander Wheel, and Shakeen upset with himself. A chance to get a big out there, and instead he puts a runner on base. So now the base is loaded with one out in the ninth for Jay Gonzalez. Gonzalez batting .295 on the season. A pair of homers and 22 ribbies for the High Point right fielder. He came in the last inning defensively for High Point. Moved Wheel over to left field. He took over in right, and Logan Morrison's night was done. And 1-0 the count. Shakeen struggling to find the zone here. Alejandro, 21 pitches, only 9 of them for strikes. Gonzalez, his first at-bat of the night, trying to drive in an insurance run or two here in the ninth inning with one down and a 1-0 count. Alejandro will get the sign as he works, and now another time is called. Here's the 1-0, and Gonzalez missing on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Shakeen once again chatting it up with Rye. Lyle Travis going to make this a quick chat. One and one the pitch. Shakeen set to deliver it. And a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. And the on-deck circle for the Rockers is Lattimore, the DH. Here's the 1-2, and Gonzalez will foul it off to stay alive. Keeps the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shakeen looking for a ground ball or a strikeout here. Starting to throw strikes now, half of his 24 pitches across the plate. And Gonzalez calls time. With a smile on his face as he does it. Now digs back into the box. The 1-2 pitch. Misses low. 2-2 the count. Agreed, Mortal Kombat sound effect. The 2-2 pitch popped up into center field. Moore will back up and make the catch. He'll come home, play at the plate, and a run coming in for the Rockers to make it a 9-7 lead as Ben Aklinski tacks on one for the visiting team. So 2 down in the innings, still 2 men aboard for the Rockers, and coming to the plate is Lattimore, the DH, who tonight has struck out twice, flown out to left field, and reached on an error. And Hugh Davis pointing out that another walk scores as Shaquin walked and hit 2 batters to load the bases here in the 9th inning. First pitch to Lattimore, misses outside, ball 1. I feel like there's about 10 minutes between each pitch right now with the rain coming down and everything that's riding on this final inning. Shaquin gets the sign and the 1-0. That's on the outside edge, a called strike, evening things up at 1-1. Lattimore has struck out twice, scored a run. He's 0 for 4 in the ball game. Again, he reached on an error back in the 4th. Hard hit ball here that gets out of play. It's now 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shaquin about to deliver the 2-2 to Lattimore. Third base is open. Lattimore will ground over to short. They'll flip it over to second to get the force out just in time for Wheel, who was hustling up to second base. Inning comes to an end. And how about this? The Rockers add another insurance run. It's a 9-7 lead. Genomes have been battling all night, cutting into deficits, but they've got to score at least 2 to push this game into extra innings. Top of the order, due up when we come back on the Legends YouTube channel. Luke Becker will lead things off for the Wild Health Genomes. First pitch on the inside corner. A called strike, 1 to Becker. Got to get some base runners aboard here. The tying run in the on-deck circle as we come here to the plate in the bottom of the 9th. That one misses up high, 1-1. Ryan Dole, the closer for the Rockers, a 2.45 ERA. He is 3-0 on the season. And as the rain comes down, the Genomes trying to put two across to push this game into extras. 3 runs would win it and give them a 2-game cushion in the wild card standings. That pitch on the outside corner, 1-2. And if you're a Genome player, first year as an organization, you got to be thrilled to be in this spot. You look at what this team's put together, bringing in a pretty good lineup. Pitchers have come in, done their part. As Becker, did he go around? He did. Strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning. But to have a chance to compete for a playoff spot, you got to be thrilled if you're the Genomes. And that's exactly what they have this season. Their first year as an organization, first year in the ALPB. And we've had a push-up contest breakout down here in the bleachers. Now, there are about 3 young ladies down there with those gentlemen, so I'm not sure if there's a competition going on. Maybe it's just to get a foul ball that one of the bat boys is handing them a ball after doing the push-ups. Here comes Donnie to show him how it's done. The Genome/Legend superfan. Chris Shaw bats with a 1-0 count as Dole delivers outside on the corner, a called strike, and Shaw asks Travis where it hits. Lyle Travis gives him the explanation, and Chris Shaw accepts it. Shaw had a 3-run home run back in the 3rd inning. Pretty good day at the office for Shaw, who's drove in 2 for 4 in the contest, and, of course, came in to score a run on that 3-run blast. Batting now .273 and 1 home run shy of double digits for the Genomes left fielder tonight. Chris Shaw has played in multiple positions, right and left and first base at times this year. I think he's even played a couple of games over at third base, Hugh. See if you can check that for us. Nope, okay. I've been wrong before. 2-2 from Dole. Working against Shaw. Gets the sign and the 2-2. Up in the zone, running the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And as we said when Becker was at the plate, the tying run in the on-deck circle. It'll be that way unless the Genomes can get somebody on board. The payoff pitch, Shaw into right field, and that one will bounce off the wall. 3rd hit of the game for Shaw. And there's now 1 on, tying run at the plate for the Genomes. And if there's anybody you want at the plate with the game on the line, it's probably Chris Davis. He hit 48 home runs just 4 years ago for the Oakland A's up in the major leagues. Now, as a member of the Wild Health Genomes, he's got 6 home runs in, 17 games, Hugh?
Well, this is game 17.
Game 17. 400 average for Davis, and he could tie things up with 1 swing of the bat. He'll let that one go by and take a 1-0 lead.
First, left, and right.
One ball, no strikes to Davis. As Dole gets the sign and the pitch. And Davis had bad intentions with that swing. He'll miss, and the count evens up at a ball to strike. Great crowd on hand tonight. Over 1,500 people here in attendance at the ballpark to watch the Genomes try to get the sweep. Got to come from behind here in the ninth to do so. Dole with the 1-1. And on the outside corner, just catching the outer part of the plate, is Ryan Dole as he goes ahead 1-2. Dole's 1-2 pitch. Davis lets it go by now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. How about these numbers in this game? The Rockers, 9 runs, 7 hits. The Genomes, 7 runs, 12 hits. But a couple of big stats in this game. 3 errors on the Genomes. And for High Point, they have also had many people walk this evening. That pitch low and the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to get the number of walks this evening for the Rockers. 3 of the walks have come across the score, and all 3 errors have came in to score for the visiting team as Davis strikes out swinging. And now there's 2 down for Jimmy Paredes. Paredes will come up to the plate with 2 down, and the Genomes down by 2. Dole will get the sign, and the first pitch to Paredes is hit hard, and it'll get through into right field. And now the tying run on base for the Genomes. Winning run coming to the plate in the form of Teodoro Martinez, who came in this game in place of Felix P.A., who was ejected in the 3rd inning. P.A. grounded out to first base, was mad about a strike call during the at-bat, slung his bat, and was ejected by home plate umpire Lyle Travis, who's had a few run-ins tonight with some players from both teams and both managers. Martinez faces Dole, representing the winning run. First pitch outside, ball 1. Paredes and Shaw, pretty good speed from both guys. More are in the on-deck circle for Wild Health as Martinez takes one there. Doesn't like it, but it's a called strike, and the count now 1-1. Trying to see if we can push 1 or 2 runs across here with Martinez. Ryan Dole with the pitch down in the dirt. And it's now 2 balls, 1 strike. A 9-7 lead for the High Point Rockers. If they win, if they hold on, these 2 teams will be notched in the wild card standings. If the Genomes can pull out the victory, nothing like a 2-game lead. Here's the pitch. Martinez will pop it up into left field. Wheel sees it. He comes in, and he makes the grab to end the ball game. Rockers, in dramatic fashion, with the tying run on base, knock off the Wild Health Genome by the final score of 9-7 here in Lexington. Folks, what a game tonight. Both teams back and forth. Home runs aplenty, but a 2-run lead and a 2-run win for the High Point Rockers. That'll do it for us tonight, folks. For all of us up here in the booth, have a great rest of your Thursday night. We'll see you next time on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel.